Okay, starting with the pairs I covered yesterday, Euro, Australian dollar. RBA did not change rates, and we saw the Australian dollar sell off as a result. So this idea on Euro Australian dollar did work in essentially the manner I was talking about yesterday, where it can still drift, where it can drift sideways. In this case, it made another low for a three-wave correction, such like that, and it found support on this broken trend line like that. There was no chance to buy this overnight. It was the type of situation you needed to be in, as that entire thrust up was a 15-minute move, despite this being on the 1 hour. So that worked out, and I feel this pair, if it can find a low here, it's open for another move up above 150. Similar with Euro New Zealand, I think we can see another move up here. Both of the stochastic levels are still pointing up in these pairs. So I'm still looking to the upside for now for both these pairs. The initial moves are three waves here. So another complex of threes perhaps up. That is my preferred view here, judging by the time of the decline and the thrust up so far. I think we can get another swing in these. US dollar, Japanese yen. If you can find a low here, we have a few hundred points higher on the move still. So far on the 4 hour, it's corrected well. I cannot say for sure that it will put in one more brief spike low before the next move up. It may not do that, but that is what I would rather see. So far, it's holding well, and I do think we have another move up in this at a minimum above the May high. Okay, overnight, New Zealand US dollar did sell off. So we can take this move as done essentially and look for a correction and another chance to sell into it, I think. If it can find resistance a little bit higher, let's see if it turns around and another move down begins. And Euro US dollar, I still like the idea of a three-wave correction. I have to see how this unfolds because right now it can be taken as 5 down on this low. So if it does not make a new low and it corrects up a little bit, there may be a chance to sell again on the next move up. I'm not interested in taking this pair. I still think ultimately it will make another high and then we'll see the reversal after that, a bigger reversal that is. But for now, a three-wave correction would be preferred to some level, and I still think we'll get one more wave up. Okay, Euro-Canadian, this worked out. It's been bearish. Now, this can be taken, of course, a number of ways. It could be a 1-2-1-2 count where you have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and we see a series down. It's broken this level and it's looking bearish, so the bears have it for now. Stick with that idea. I am looking for a test of this broken April gap, from the French presidential election. Same as Euro New Zealand, same idea. Euro New Zealand saw a move exactly to the broken level and reversed. Euro Canadian, I have a more bearish view on this overall, but I would want to see this gap filled at a minimum on the daily. There is some trend support, but I would probably expect to spike through that to see the gap filled and then maybe see if we get a 5-wave decline or if it just stays as 3. But in any case, I think this is bearish. Now, US dollar, Canadian dollar, we're at the breaking point on my current count. Tomorrow is the FOMC minutes. So I think it's going to reverse tomorrow. This is a typical divergent situation here where it's kind of flatlining and looking like it may be chopping down. So I think we'll see a reversal tomorrow into tomorrow evening, afternoon with the FOMC minutes. So I feel if it does break and it continues down and keeps falling, I will have to abandon this count and put on a more bearish one. But for now, I think we'll see the reversal up tomorrow. On the weekly, it's also way far away from the 8 EMA, which is a kind of mean important follower for me. So I see this reversing tomorrow based on local divergence and price pattern. On this whole move, It's at breaking point though, so if it keeps falling here, I will abandon this idea. Pound Canadian, it's possible we have a 5-wave move here. Take it as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then a correction after that. I think we're in that territory here for a reversal on a 5 decline. Aussie Canadian is broken now. If it does channel in a bearish flag pattern, there will be another chance to sell this. And New Zealand Canadian is still falling. It was a more decisive move down today from yesterday, so this is bearish now. The monthly is bearish in this pair, and I'm looking for this to sell off for a major decline. Euro pound has not done anything since the weekend. I was trying to count a bearish move into this, but so far nothing. Aussie New Zealand looks like it is done. What I talked about yesterday as a possible 3-wave correction of the 3-wave advance did not materialize, and in the end we've seen a 3-wave correction overall. That's how I would look at it. And it is possible it can put in another one, but for now it's looking very bearish, and overall the bigger view holds. I'm looking for a break of this and a move down sub 102x for making the Z wave low, and then a bullish move to commence on a new low here into the 102s or 101s, or even 10 even. The key level on this, as I've been over, is that one. And I forgot to mention gold yesterday, but gold is breaking down. This is to be expected considering its negative correlation to US dollar yen. So I might go over that on the weekend again, but if you want to see the correlation, see the weekend video. So far I haven't looked at oil actually. If we get a 5-wave advance and a correction, this will be a good buying opportunity as well. I cannot rule out one more low into this area, but I am going to keep a bullish view on this considering the bullish Canadian view. A lot of contracts have been closed on US Canadian. At the start of this down move, there were about 100,000 contracts short on the Canadian dollar, and it's come down to about 50 or 40,000. So a lot of positions closing. And tomorrow I'm looking for a bounce back up in this pair, and we'll see, I think, a bigger correction for wave 4, possibly. Okay, I'll leave it there. Bye-bye.